Okay, so who is your client?
Dave,
And give a little bit of your background of Dave, will you?
paralyzed from the waist down, so he can't walk. He has 2 kids. He has trouble walking with them in the parking lot.
Okay, so make sure you speak up so we can hear you through the mask, okay? What was the most meaningful work that you did in this project? What was the most meaningful to you personally?
I feel like he did most of it.
Well, what was meaningful to you when you did get to see Dave and
I'd say the most meaningful thing was the pipe and how it moved freely. He really seemed to enjoy that.
So that's your prototype right there. So he's able to, can you show us how the pipe moves then, Kels? And then,
Yeah.
so it can go either way. And then what is the handles then?
The handles are made out of a jump rope. They were cut and then used a lighter to fuse them together.
And then what is the pipe? Is that just PVC pipe?
Yeah, this is PVC pipe and we cut it down to make it the right height and length, and then we painted it white.
Okay. And was that a first time thing or did you have to play with the height once you saw him?
We had to play with the height a lot because originally it was up here, and that was obviously way too tall. So we just kept cutting it down bit by bit until it got just right.
And when he came, because he came and you were able to show him this, right? What was his comment about it? Did he like it? What did he give you feedback on? Do you remember?
I want to turn that a little bit so the
Yeah,
chairs
it's
in
not
it.
really.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. So what feedback did he give you?
The feedback he gave us was that he liked it, but he said that the original bracket probably wouldn't fit on his wheelchair. So he would want something more universal that fit all wheelchairs, not just his.
Okay, so he was looking more to be meaningful in that you were designing for the whole, like any wheelchair person that might have a younger kid that they needed to hold their hand. So what did you change in your design? And Kelsey, you have the first design right there. So that went on the chair, and then the pipe, the PVC went on that rod. Okay, so what did you change then?
We made something universal.
Okay, and what is it, Bryce? Can you tell us what it is? It's just
It's a little U-bolt that's got a little piece of aluminum that ties it together. It has a aluminum bar coming off of it that's welded, and it's more universal for any wheelchair so that it goes on there around the post, and you can switch out the U-bolts.
So did you see this, why it became important to design for the whole versus even though you're kind of still designing for an individual, did he challenge you to design for the whole, or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he really seemed to push the universal idea.
And do you see why that could be important for more than just, so different? Will that fit on any wheelchair? I mean, is that got more versatility with more wheelchairs?
Yeah.
Okay. What made this class and working with Dave, what made it personal for you?
Definitely because I know people that are in wheelchairs, and they have kids, so definitely them helping people, definitely being able to help the kids with their grandparents or parents.
Yeah, I like that idea that you were thinking not just about Dave, but then you were thinking about the kids, and I can see, were you thinking about the colors and all the sparkly and all that? Okay. Kelsey, what made it personal for you?
Same thing as Bryce. I also know people in wheelchairs with kids, so Dave can't be the only one with this problem.
It's very true. Very true. What is the most successful thing you did in this class? The most successful thing? And it might not be related to this, but what were you most successful at?
Face mask holders.
Your face mask holder that you worked on? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say the same.
Yeah, you would say it was your, yeah, okay. Did that project lead you to this, did you learn something out of that project that made you work on the next project better, or?
No, it just showed me that messing up was okay.
Yeah, I learned how to take feedback better, so then it was easier coming into this project.
Okay, good. What did you learn, because you're going to trade school and you're going to college, right? So what did you learn in this class that will make you better in trade school or make you better in college? What, just one thing, what's better that you see yourself being able to handle better in trade school or college?
To be more of a group person and to talk to teammates instead of working on your own.
Okay, good.
I would say this class has taught me time management a lot better because only having it 2 days a week, you don't have someone to remind you every day to get something done. So I think that'll help me a lot.
Well, especially in college, right? When you
Yeah.
only have classes 2 days a week, and you do get that. So that's a good point. You forget that college is different than high school, right? You don't meet every day, and you have to be able to do that. So good job. Did it feel good to do something and make a difference for somebody? I mean, kids your age tend to be self-centered, right? It's all about me. Did it feel good to do something for somebody else? Not for me, not for the grade, but to do that for him.
Yeah, it took a little bit of time to adjust to the fact that it's not about me, it's about the client. But yeah, it did feel good to help them out.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I know there's still peers in your class that are still struggling with listening to, not necessarily your class, but just in the class, listening to what the client says. Not what I say, but ultimately what the client says. If the client says that's fine, then that's it. That's what they want. Good. If you could change one thing, what would you change about the class or about what you did during the year? And it could be anything. I mean, it can be anything. What's one thing you would change if you could change something?
I would change how it's broken up. I feel like 6 and 3 weeks didn't really work. I would maybe do 2 weeks in biotech and then 1 week in your first year class.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really see having a reason to go back to your home class because, you know, you had 1 whole year in it. You should be pretty good at what you're doing. So I think you'd go back to that class only when you need help or if there's something else you want to learn in that class.
So like an as-needed basis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Okay. And you think there's enough to keep you busy in bio? You would just keep moving forward with different projects or different things, and maybe like your single project, like you talked about the flag and stuff. Okay. All right. Good. Anything else you want to add about the class or anything? No? Okay. It's been really nice having you guys in class. I really enjoyed it. Okay. Good luck in your future. Your futures are bright. They really are. I know you don't think that sometimes, but it is. The future's really bright out of your basement. All right, good job, guys.